Metropolitan Manila, a place where silence is far from golden.
It does not bother me. I don't mind the noise. And anyway, I am deaf. It does not bother me at all. I don't hear anything.
Advocates for deaf children estimate there are some 2,000 students in Manila schools, elementary through college. There are as many as 130,000 deaf children in the Philippines. Those lucky enough to attend school can face discrimination.
It is hard. It is hard to become deaf in the Philippines because we don't understand about Filipino. We learn about only English, English Sign Language. They always tease me. Okay, now I am deaf. Okay, they told me that I am dumb. Okay, they punch me in my face.
You don't need to know sign language to understand what this 12-year-old deaf boy says happens to him often. Advocates say 60 to 70% of Filipino deaf children suffer physical and sexual abuse.
Abusers really see them as helpless, powerless, because they cannot speak and they cannot even disclose to their own parents.
Psychologist Jo Cristal works with deaf children. She says many parents don't know how to communicate with their children.
Most Filipino deaf children have very poor emotional bond with parents. And because of this very weak emotional bond, their self-esteem is low, and the self-esteem affects their self-confidence, their way of relating with other people, even their academic achievements.
Philippine International Aid funds some 148 deaf scholars in the Philippines. Here at this high school in Quezon City, the hearing impaired students are mainstreamed with regular students. Good morning. Learning together is an effort to lessen the stigma of being deaf. Still, the children sit in two separate groups. Advocates say for the Filipino deaf children, simply having their own community gives them comfort and motivation.
Not all families will send their deaf children to school. Most of them will still prefer to keep their kids at home, thinking that because they're deaf, let's not send them to school anymore. Besides, what will they amount to anyway?
Veronica Perez is Dean of the School of Deaf Education and Applied Sciences at LaSalle University College of St. Benilde, the only school of higher education for the deaf in the Philippines.
Anyone who would be willing to help send a deaf child to school, that's a big thing. Because then families would actually allow these kids to go to school. They will learn, and later on they don't become a burden to their families. They learn skills, they get jobs, they give back to their families, and they give back to the community.
Ferdinand Vizmanos was a PIA deaf scholar for 7 years. He earned a college degree and works as a computer programmer and a deaf teacher.
I'd like to thank PIA for supporting me. I have been very inspired because of their support, and I was able to study and find a job after graduation.
There are really a lot of more deaf that needs our support, and we thank PIA and the donors of PIA and the friends of PIA who's been supporting us through the years.
Okay, she said, thank you, PIA. Okay. For your big support for me.
Listen, can you hear the children? Lloyd Lacuesta for Philippine International Aid.